The Tempest, Act 3, Scene 2, lines 50 to 107. In this section, we are still with Caliban, Stefano, Trinculo, and Ariel. Let us listen to the audio.
I say, by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got it. If thy greatness will revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, my lord. I'll yield him thee asleep, where thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
What a pidening is this, thou scurvy patch? I do beseech thy greatness, give him blows, and take his bottle from him. When that's gone, he shall drink naught but brine, for I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
Trinculo, run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand I'll turn my mercy out of doors and make a stock fish of thee.
Why? What did I did nothing. I'll go farther off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take thou that.
Beats him.
As you like this, give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and hearing too. A pox of your bottle, this can sack and drinking do. A murrain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers.
Ha ha ha!
Now forward with your tale. Prithee, stand farther off.
Beat him enough. After a little time I'll beat him too.
Stand farther. Come, proceed.
Why, as I told thee, 'tis a custom with him i'th afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brain him, having first seized his books, or with a log batter his skull, or paunch him with a stake, or cut his weasand with thy knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. Burn but his books. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which, when he has a house, he'll deck withal. And that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a nonpareil. I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax my dam, and she. But she as far surpasseth Sycorax, as greatest does least.
Is it so brave a lass?
Aye, lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces, and Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Now let us take the text in detail. At this juncture, remember that Caliban is narrating his story. He is vilifying Prospero and seeks revenge on Prospero through the help of Stefano, whom he has begun to worship. So he is narrating how Prospero took the island from Caliban. And he says, I say by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got it. If thy greatness will revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not. He says, with sorcery, with witchcraft, he got the island from him, from me. But I know you will be able to take revenge now, because you dare to. But this thing, I do not, I dare not. That's most certain. He says, yeah, Stefano, why not? I'm definitely able to take revenge on Prospero. That's nothing. Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee, says Caliban. He says, if you defeat him, if you take revenge on him, then you will be the lord, and I will serve you. How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party? He says, how can I achieve this? How can I take revenge? Can't you take me to him? Yea, yea, my lord, I'll yield him thee asleep, where thou mayest knock a nail into his head. He says, yeah, I will definitely bring you to him when he is fast asleep, so that you may, while he is asleep, knock a nail into his head and kill him. Thou liest, thou canst not. Now, Ariel here, he's not visible to anybody, says this sentence, and he makes it appear as though Trinculo is saying this. So he says, thou liest. So now Caliban and Stefano think that Trinculo is talking about Caliban lying. Okay. And what a pied ninny is this? Addressing Trinculo, of course, Caliban says, what a pied ninny is this? Thou scurvy patch, I do besiege thy greatness. Give him blows and take his bottle from him. When that's gone, he shall drink naught but brine. For I'll not show him where the quick freshers are. He says, what an idiot is this disgusting thing? I beg your greatness, give him blows, hit him hard, and take his bottle from him. And when that is gone, he can only drink brine, nothing else. Brine is salt water. He will not have any more of rum. For I'll not show him where the quick freshers are. If you take the bottle from him, he will have to drink salt water, because I will not show him where fresh water is available. Of course, Stefano gets angry, and he's taken the side of Caliban, and he scolds Trinculo and says, Trinculo, run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand I'll turn my mercy out of doors and make a stockfish out of thee. So what's the translation? Trinculo, watch out. If thou interrupt this monster with one more word, I'll beat you like a piece of salted fish. Of course, Trinculo does not know who has said that sentence, but both of them are accusing him of saying such things. And he is apologetic and he says, why? What did I? I did nothing. I'll go further off. He says, I said nothing. I did nothing. If you want me to, I'll go further off. Didst thou not say he lied? Asks Stefano. And Ariel again interrupts quietly and he says, thou liest. Of course, Stefano hears this and gives him a whack, and he says, gives Trinculo a whack, and he says, did I so? Take thou that, he says, and beats Trinculo. As you like this, give me the lie another time. He says, if you just like this, I will give another whack if you lie or accuse me of lying once again. Trinculo, of course, does not know what is happening. I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and bearing too. A pox your bottle, this can sack and drinking do. A murrain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers. He says, I didn't accuse you of lying. Are you out of your mind and deaf too? Damn your wine. A pox your bottle, damn your wine. This is what this drink and too much of drinking can do. A murrain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers. He says, this is what happens when you drink too much. Your monster can go to hell, and so can you. Of course, Caliban is laughing at all this. Stefano, now forward with your tale. He orders Caliban to continue with his story. And he orders Trinculo, prithee, stand further off. Please stand further away. Beat him enough, and after a little time, I'll beat him too. He says, give him a good shot, and after some time, I'll also beat him. Stefano warns Trinculo again, stand further away, he says. And Caliban is asked to proceed with his story. This is where Caliban explains how Stefano could kill Prospero and when. When is the most suitable time? So he continues his tale. Why, as I told thee, 'tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep, where thou mayest brain him, having first seized his books, or with a log batter his skull, or paunch him with a stake, or cut his vizard with thy knife. He says, it's a custom with Prospero, him is Prospero, to sleep in the afternoon. While he does so, you can smash his brain him, and having first seized his books. But he says, you must take away his books first. That's the most important thing. Or with a log batter his skull. You can smash his head, or you can batter his skull with a log. Or stab him, paunch him with a stake, or cut his vizard with thy knife. He says you can stab him with a stake, a sharp wooden piece, or cut his windpipe with your knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he is but a sot, as I am. Nor hath not one spirit to command, they'll all do hate him as rootedly as I. Burn but his books. He says, remember first to take away his books, because without them he is a fool, just like me. And he laughs. Nor hath not one spirit to command. He will not have any hold over any of the spirits. I know they hate him as I do, but make sure you burn his books. That's the most important thing. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which when he has a house he'll deck withal, and that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. So he says he's got a lot of ornaments in the house, utensils in the house. He claims when he builds his own house, he will deck his house, new house, with all those utensils, beautiful utensils. But the most precious thing in the house is the beauty that the daughter is, that his daughter is. He himself calls her nonpareil, means he says there is no one compared to her beauty. He himself means Prospero himself considers his own daughter as the most beautiful woman in the world. I never saw a woman but only Sycorax, my dam, and she. I have only seen two women, Sycorax, my mother, and herself, the daughter of Prospero. But she as far surpasseth Sycorax, as greatest does least. He says, but Miranda is so much more beautiful, you can't even compare the two. Is it so brave, alas? He says, is she really that wonderful? Aye, Lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood. He says, yes, my lord, she'll look good in your own bed, and you will produce some fine children too with her. Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces. And Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo? Trinculo says, excellent. So what's the translation here? Monster, I'll kill this man. This man is Prospero. And I will take his daughter as my queen. I will be the king. God help us. God protect us. And Trinculo and thyself, that is Caliban, of course, shall be viceroys. You will be my governors. Do you like the plot? Do you like the story? Do you like the development? And Trinculo is drunk and he says, excellent. Thank you.